my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Melina and today I'm going to talk about the books I want to read in October. So let's jump into it. The first book that I want to continue reading is A Little Life. I think I put this in my August TBR and I took it off technically in September, but I still was reading it. So I got 122 pages and I'm hoping to make a lot more progress throughout this month. It's not going to be a hard goal to finish it by the end of the month, mainly because I have other books on my list that I'm making a priority, but I am slowly getting through this. The first chapter was so long. It was 70 pages or so, and it was 4 perspectives and was very, very slow, like very much character building and getting to know these characters. But once I got into the second chapter, I felt that it was much faster paced, like I'm much more interested. So the second chapter was going a lot faster than the first chapter, so I did make a lot more progress once I got to the second chapter, but I just have been putting this one as like my nighttime read, so I'm only reading about 10 to 20 pages a night, and so it's taking a while, and I've skipped many nights obviously because I'm only 120 pages in a month and a little bit of a few days, and we're like 8 days into October, but I still have this on my TBR. I haven't forgotten about it. It's just not a priority. The next book on my list is Between Us by Maury McFarland. I don't know how to pronounce her name, and I swear she has this on Vari. She says it in the back. This is a book I treated myself to in August, I believe, where I went to Barnes & Noble, and since I wanted to get my yearly free tote, I bought a few books. This is one of them. And the reason I purchased this book is because Haley Fan recommended this book and said that it was like, not like Emily Henry, but romance with a little bit more plot, not just like a regular romance. And I really have enjoyed it. I finished the book actually like 2 days ago or so. So I had this on my TBR and I finished it because again, we're on the 8th of October, so I definitely finished it already. But that did not mean that I did not want to read it. Like at the start of the month, that was my goal. And so I'll give you my thoughts when I do my wrap up. But I did like it. Just a little sneak peek on that one. Finally, I wanted to get into the Divine Rivals duology. This is supposed to be a historical fantasy romance, and I really don't know much about it except for magical typewriters, question mark. But I really am excited. A lot of my friends who have similar book taste as me have recommended this one, and I've just put it off and put it off and put it off, and I just felt like it was the perfect fall/winter read. And so I'm hoping to get to at least one of these this month, and we'll see if I actually start it or not. The next book I want to read is I Just Want to Be Yours. This is the second book in the Just Yours duology. I'm not sure if there's going to be more or not, but I didn't read it yet. The first one I loved. It was a college rivals to friends to lovers romance. It was really just heartwarming and fun, and it was funny and relatable, and I really just enjoyed it. And so I actually cut an arc to this one, and I didn't get to it in time. It came out in September, but I did purchase the book because I already knew I loved the first one, so I'm hoping, you know, the second one is going to be just as good. And so I'm hoping to finally get to it this month in October. Okay, I put this in my list of books I want to finish in before the end of 2024. Kingdom of Ash. Actually, speaking of, I had Divine Rivals on my list as well, so I'm glad that I put this on my TBR this month. But back to Kingdom of Ash. I have put this book off 4 months. I think I finished the tandem read in June, and I just felt like I needed to finish this series once it started to get colder, and it's the perfect time. I started this October 1st, and I'm already about 167 pages. This book is over 900, so it is 970 something, I'm pretty sure. I don't want to like cheat. 984 pages. So it is a chunky book. But honestly, I am breezing through it already. For those of you that don't know, this is the final book in the Throne of Glass series, and it has been a ride. I don't think I've read a long series that has had such a death grip on me. There's 8 books in the series, and I feel like from the first book it hooked me, but it was just like good. These are all so great. The character development, I mean, I went over this in my fall recommendations. This has everything you could want in a fantasy. The world building is great. The friendships are amazing. The character development between all of the characters and the perspectives you read is so fun. I've cried already a few times throughout this series, and I cannot wait. I feel like this one's just gonna hit so hard. And so as much as I'm upset to let this series go, and I really, really, truly am, I'm excited to see where the characters end up at the end of the series. So I'm getting through it, like I said, and yeah, wish me luck. Now for ebooks that I'm trying to get to, there's no guarantees specifically because I have two really thick books already on my list. The first one is The Cost of Forgetting You. It is Hannah Bird's new book. I don't even know what it's about yet, but I received an ARC and I have really liked her stories. I would consider them almost adult Sarah Dessen. It's like romance with a really serious side plot always, or like trauma or difficulty that they go through. And so I don't know what this one's about, but I feel like her books have just gotten progressively better and better, and so I have high hopes for this one and I can't wait to read it this month. The next one is The Hate Hex, and it is a Halloween read. I have already read one Halloween read this fall already, and it got me so excited for Halloween. Like, I decided to throw a Halloween party and all of that, and so I wanted to add a few extras to the list, and this is one of them that I'm very excited about. I just love like witchy little fun lighthearted romances, and I think that's what this is gonna give me, so I have high hopes for this one too. And the second Halloween read that I have on my list is The Wedding Witch. I am so excited. It's another, again, witchy romance that I think it's gonna be like an arranged marriage romance, which kind of gave me Potions and Proposals, which I just read last month, and I did write a review. I did give a review about it in my September wrap up, but I had so much fun with that book, so I have high hopes for this one too. Of course, I can't talk about October books that I want to read without Nothing Like the Movies. I got an ARC for this one, and I promise you I cried happy tears because this is one of my most anticipated reads of the year, and for me to get an advanced copy of it was beyond exciting. I'm really interested to see where this is gonna go because this is a secondary book to Better Than the Movies, and so they were already together at the end of the first book, so the idea of wondering where this is going to take them in the second book. I think they're going to be in college. I don't know. It gets me a little nervous because like I don't want to know what the conflict is. I want to make sure that it's, you know, there always has to be a little something, but I have faith that she will do Wes and Liz justice. Like, you know. So, but that is one of the reads that I definitely want to get to this month. That is a priority read for sure. Then I have Truth or Dare by Stephanie Alves. I have never read any books by her, and I did receive an ARC for this, and it is like the middle of standalone series, so I hope that I don't miss out too much by reading this book without having read any of the others in the standalone series. But I wanted to give her a try, and it's really exciting when I get ARCs from indie authors that I just have been wanting to check out and see if I like their writing style personally. It seems right up my alley. So it just seems like a perfect cutesy like college romance, and we'll see again if I'll like it or not. I'm not sure. The final book is The Perfect Fit by Claire Gilmore, I think is her last name. All the books are popping up over here, I know it, but I read one of her books last year and I really had so much fun with it. It was a workplace romance, and this one I don't know if it's a workplace romance, but the cover is so cute, and I already knew that I liked her writing style because she did such a good job of balancing like the romance with the subplot of not romance, and so I think that this will be just as good, especially like as a secondary release, you know. And so that is, I don't know, I'm excited to read that one too. I always make these wrap-ups so quick because in reality I don't usually go into books knowing too much about what they're about. I don't like to read the summary, I don't like to read reviews. I typically either really trust the reviews of people who I have similar book tastes as me, or if I already know I like the author's writing style, I kind of just jump into it blind. So there's quite a bit of that this month, as you can see, and most months are going to be like this. I'm just very much a mood reader, and I'm like, this vibes with whatever I'm vibing with. But in terms of physical books, I have quite a bit of chunky books here. I mean, we could take off this one because I read it, but my main goal is to finish this one. Not that one. Finish this one, maybe start Divine Rivals, and for sure read Nothing Like the Movies. But this is my my October TBR. Sorry about that. And I'll let you know how this goes at the end of the month. So until next time, guys. Bye!